And what are we on, the 24th now? Yeah, today's 24th. Yes. It's been 11 fucking days.
What have you been doing for 11 days where you haven't been able to fight for democracy? What's up, everybody? We're going to find out some shit right now because he hasn't checked into quarters.
Actually, I have. I jumped on a hell dive. A 7 somehow got on.
A 7?
A level 7?
Oh, a level 7.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're fun to play with.
Oh, I felt bad. Straight lamb to the slaughter. Obviously new to the game. Tried me
on hell dive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait a minute. How he must have, or cheat whoever
got carried through beat missions. I want to.
The only way maybe I could see that happening is if because
it could have been a 17, maybe 7 or 17.
You did this with me before. Because I had unlocked levels before, and you went with me, and you just went right up to it. So that's a possibility.
Yeah, I did. I answered an SOS.
All right.
I jumped in, SOS answer. I land in. There was 3 guys. 2 of them ended up dropping. 2 of them ended up dropping out.
All right.
So it's me and this one dude. He's at level 31, 32. He goes, well, might as well go out in a blaze of glory. And I sent him this back. Why? He's like, never going to finish it in time. I go, complete the mission. Don't worry about the time. That's what I'm literally messaging back and forth.
You just lose all your stratagems and everything. It's still possible.
He goes, how am I supposed to get the bonus? I'm like,
forget the fucking
how about you just
bonus.
Get the experience points?
Yeah.
I text back, how about EXP? Question mark. Good point.
Literally.
GP. Literally said GP. I don't know if you've seen that GP. Good point.
But literally, though, the time experience is what? Maybe 100 or 200 total. If you go on hell dive. Like,
yeah. So, well, what I ended up doing was, so he jumps in. He ended up, he queued up with, the 2 people left. I helped the guy finish the mission. We get back to the ship. And all of a sudden, 2 more people just jump in. Mm-hmm. It was like an 80-something and a 7.
Right.
So I'm thinking the 87 was carrying. And decided to do quick play. Jumped in with us, did a hell dive.
So you even those out, and you got 2 40s. I'm like, okay. You can work with that.
So.
Well, and in my experience, once you hit 30, 40 around there, you understand how the game works.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So you're like, okay, you might not. To me, that's when you start to develop your loadout, your play style. Like, am I taking care of small, like the little grunts and everything, crowd control? Am I taking out tanks? What am I doing? So like, that's like right in that area when you start to develop that.
I've actually started to tweak my stratagems, my loadout. I'm starting to find, and maybe you went through this, but I'm starting to find that I look at certain missions and it's like, okay. Well,
absolutely.
This is what I would normally do.
Wait. Don't finish your first story, and then we'll go on loadouts.
So, jumped into it, terminate, killed, reduced the numbers.
Mm. Those are fun chaos.
At one point, this is when I started feeling bad for him.
I always expect the team kill fucking everybody. So.
I'm 61, 62 now. There was an 87, a 102 something, 102, 103, and then little old number 7.
Hi guys.
What's little old number 7 doing? Trying to run around the map, collect samples.
Yeah, wait for. All right, they'll figure it out.
So I come down.
Everyone else watching was like, bless his heart.
Land on a cliffside. I noticed the other 2 dudes do it, and I'm like. And the other guy on the other cliff.
Yeah.
And then the 3rd guy's like, okay, we know what's going on. And there is little number 7 just running like, go get him, buddy.
Was this an automatons?
No, it was Terminids.
Oh, and the platform, the landing things.
Where you used to be able to land on high up on the cliffs, but now you can land like halfway down still. Yeah. Well, that's what we did. And we must have known. This poor dude doesn't. So, I'm doing it too. I'm like, I got that one.
There's a spot you can land on that map. I'm sure you've seen me there.
Yeah.
There's the lower where the Pelican lands at the end, and then there's that upper landing pad.
Yep.
Well, right on that upper landing pad, there's that big storage container.
Yep.
And on the other side of that, there's this little lip ledge that goes out off of it, but it's got this little crevice, which if you can fucking fall in it, and then you got to kill yourself because you get stuck in there. But if you just dive across it or just like drop off the storage container if it's still there, you can stand there. The bugs can't get to you. They can do this thing where they, if a bug can't get to you, after a while, I've watched this, it'll burrow into the ground and then pop up right next to you. They will do that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they can't get to you. Bile Titans can spit on you still, of course.
But
for the most part, you can.
Spitters too.
Yeah, I can go there and just stay up there, throw my stratagems down, and just shoot shit and watch everyone else panic everywhere.
Well, that's what we were doing to this poor level 7. And if you're watching, buddy, I'm sorry. Valiant effort, but after like the 8th or the 9th time we threw you into the mix.
Oh, you did that to the poor guy?
So
you guys are a bunch of fucking assholes.
we're sitting there. And
Maybe, get him, buddy. You know, I fucking hate it when you do that to me. Like, anybody does that to me.
No. I throw forward. Assholes throw behind.
No, I mean, like, into a group of whatever.
I can't help it if the group goes there. I throw you away. Oh, no sense in doing that. Group's over there now. Sorry, James.
Well,
no, really quick. So, I'm sitting there, pew, 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 killing him. This guy's just running, trying to knife him, trying to switch, trying to call his
there's
strategist.
a group and you kill like one. Like, I'm trying to help, buddy.
He gets smoked.
Of course.
Well, the first guy throws him right into the mix.
Right where he left off. So, here, get your stuff, buddy.
He gets
You
runs. A couple minutes goes by, dies again. The next guy throws him right into the mix. And I'm like,
I have to do it now.
Dude, he lands smoked. Okay. Throw him in the mix.
That's the
My
worst.
turn. Throw him in the mix. Smoked.
He's like, you know what'd be funny?
Dude.
If, in the chat, he pops up, he goes, I don't know if you guys realize, but could you not throw me where some of the other bugs are?
We got
Like, super polite, just...
We got about 7 in at the end of the match. The 3 of us never died. This fucker had like 7 deaths. And going back to the ship, I was mad the first couple times, but then it just got funny. Can we do another mission?
This time, good sport about it.
This time, I stayed down with him, and I messaged to stay on my 6. So I kind of like showed him like a good way to
you melee him, he falls over, and all the bugs attack him, and you run away.
No, I showed him like the loop.
I just have to run faster than you.
I showed him the loop, like how to bait him. And by the time the match was done, we ended up finishing. We must have unlocked Hell Dive for him. Because we ended up doing all 3. Launch the ICBM, collect the intel, and do the terminal.
No, I think if he's in that party on that ship, he's fine. So even if he doesn't have it on Hell Dive unlocked,
no,
and
but
he's
you're
with
still,
that party,
you still have to do all 3 missions.
You know,
in order to unlock it.
I wish I could go back. Well, I mean, I got 2 other files I could try on to see if you start off on level 1 and jump to a level 9 and unlock, like, or beat a level 9 and it'll just automatically unlock all the levels to 9. I don't know, because we did it just one at a time.
Yeah, we took our time. But yeah, he was a good sport about it. Hey, thanks guys, really appreciate unlocking that. No way I'm doing it by myself, but good game. So, squad member has left this building or something.
Solo on Hell Dive is something else right now.
I know.
I used to be able to solo Hell Dive conservatively. I would play different play style. I would when I drop with 4 or 3 other people, I engage everything. It's like obviously you've seen it. It's like I'm gonna fucking murder all of you.
Oh.
On Hell Dive solo, I was like, I am stealth. Get shit done. And
I broke 700.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you use? Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Arc.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy crowd control, and the blitzer, the arc cannot fucking hit anything point blank. That's
the blitzer's for.
Yeah, you pull the blitzer out and just quick shots, and it doesn't chain, but it does spread and will hit multiple.
I legit, because I've only played like 3 times over the last week. I think it was the second. No, it was the same night I helped the kid. I unlocked the Blitzer and
The Blitzer, Arc, and Rover,
yep,
and
You will
fire, incendiary grenades.
you will just body things.
If you have a breach and you throw 2 or 3 incendiary grenades at the breach itself,
They
you'll
come
just
up
see
on
your
fire,
like
they start dying.
times 20, 30, 40. It'll just like and it'll just shoot right up.
Yep.
So every time you
Yeah.
see a breach, it's nope.
Yep. I
Napalm strike.
I was like, oh, I got smoke is good.
Smoke or gas?
Smoke.
Because I've used gas. Smoke.
You know what smoke's good for?
To get away. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I haven't used it, but I usually just try to murder everything.
Excuse me. I threw a smoke down because I figured I've been experimenting with different
That's what I've been
stratagems.
doing.
Just so happened I was trying to get in to get the super samples. And there was a convoy of these fucking Terminators just going by. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Well,
Of course.
You know what? This is what I tried. This is what I wanted to try it for. Perfect timing.
Right.
Threw the smoke right at the Dick Rock. Right off the tip.
Got all the samples.
Smoke dropped.
Every one of them.
Smoke dropped.
Not one drop was wasted.
Dude, I ran in, got them all, and I'm watching the Terminators because they kind of get like,
What the fuck was that?
yeah, they're kind of like they're lost. Now, if you get close enough to them, they're like, oh, there's somebody I can see, attack. But I mean, I was running behind them, and they're not even turning around to attack me. You have to be in front of them.
How long does it linger? Is it like gas? That lingers like maybe, I don't know, 30, 45 seconds? Something like
Like 15 to 30.
That's not bad.
'cause if you do-
That's plenty to do what you got to do and get
Yep.
out. Unless you're at like a...
Fire tornado, don't do it by a fire tornado.
No, like a terminal, and you actually got to go through like it's one of 9 fucking pages you got to go
Yeah.
through. Like, won't
And
work
don't
for
do
that,
it
but-
in the fire tornadoes. Helldivers is actually pretty fucking good on you, ass Arrowhead. You do it with a fire tornado, you drop the smoke, it'll swirl the smoke and it'll dissipate it faster.
Really
It doesn't stick around.
clever.
Fuck you, Arrowhead.
Clever. That's cool. I
was
didn't
good,
know
though.
that. I bet you a lot of people didn't know that because nobody fucking uses
Like
smoke.
I said, and that's going back to the loadouts. I've been going. I have my go-to. 500K laser,
Which is kind of... I saw a Reddit post, and I have to agree with it. It was... What's it? Unpopular opinion on Helldivers. And one of them was 500 kg bomb is not as useful as people think it is. And there's a lot of people that agree. And I agree, too. As soon as I saw it, I'm like... that's why I don't use it anymore. Is that I agree, too. Because the AoE is very small. It looks awesome. It's like, boom! And it looks cool. But really, if you think about it, it's like the AoE is not that big. Like the Eagle Airstrike's bigger. That's why I use that. But
well, do you remember my go-to? 500K,
Right.
orbital laser, shield generator, and quasar cannon. That was what I always used.
which is great for big things. But
You know what I like using now? I've been using a lot of smoke, 120 millimeter barrage, which
that's a good one. The only thing I don't like is it's the same cooldown as a 380 millimeter. If they dropped it like to 180 instead of 240,
well, here's the thing. So it's great for the eggs missions. You throw it right in the heart, boom, 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 boom. It'll drop across.
wait. For what missions?
Eggs, destroy the eggs.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking perfect. You throw it in there, you run to the next site.
I do it for the swarm or the thinning numbers.
Yeah.
I do it for that mission all the time, and every now and again I'll do it for destroying structures, like terminated structures or whatever.
Well, what I've gotten to the point now is I'm always the last to choose my stratagems. Because I'll look at what everyone else is picking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, well, don't need that because he'll have it. Don't need that because he'll have it. Well, I like that, so I'm going to take it anyway, whether he's got it or not. And I want this. Quasar Cannon is always a go-to.
It's a good one.
I love that one.
I pick it up if someone dies. If someone dies and leaves it there because it's just etiquette, like Helldivers etiquette, don't take
touch-
someone's
yeah,
shit.
don't.
But if we're running the map and we come like circle back doing whatever, and it's still fucking laying there, I'll pick it up if I don't have a second like weapon or something.
I did the
I'll
same
pick it
with
up.
the Arc Thrower for a while.
Yeah.
If someone else wasn't touching it, I'll take it.
Yeah. And Quasar and autocannon still, that's a solid. That's always been a solid.
Okay,
The Quasar cannon, that's a really good pick. It's a good pick, and I never use it. Because my loadout is strictly for taking care of masses, like big crowds, not the big tanks and stuff.
Well, see me,
most other people pick shit to take care of that.
I've always been the runner. I like being able to cross the map. This is why I still use that same gear set, armor set. Best armor rating, best speed and stamina regeneration. Use that. I don't care what else I use. But I'm the one who will run across the board while everyone's over there fighting the Terminids, automatons, doing a mass, just a gun battle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? The shootouts. Like, oh, all right, getting tired of that.
That's a bad idea. Every time they get, it's like, don't get you're getting in a firefight. You're wasting time and lives.
I'm running. Okay, you guys deal with them. I'm going to go do the missions.
Yeah, that drives me. Like, if you're there defending something, that's one thing. But there's so often people come over from the Terminid side and take that mentality over to the automatons. I'm like, this is a bad fucking idea. Then next thing you know, you look up, it's like, man, we're 10 minutes in, and we are down to 13 fucking reinforcements already. I'm like, well,
started with 22.
If we don't change, we're gonna lose.
Much like the Democrats. They don't change, they're gonna lose.
That's true.
See that?
So yeah,
that was actually a good one.
After the last huge patch, there was a hotfix patch, and because there were some crashes and whatnot.
Yeah,
but I guess I've noticed the spawn rate of chargers is fucking disgusting.
Oh, and what about the great chargers?
Oh, the behemoths?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd only see those on those kill the charger, like on those missions on like level 4 or 5, whatever.
Yeah.
And there's like, oh, we're going to bring them back. I'm like, okay, whatever. Except they nerfed the regular charger because with the arc thrower, it takes 6 or 7 hits and I can kill a regular charger.
Yeah.
But the behemoth charger, it takes like fucking 15 or 20. Those guys are assholes.
Asshole, knock it off. Seriously, I'll charge you.
But I had this, I don't know how many times playing this fucking game. In the last week, I've been playing, and when you get to the spot where you see there's like, oh, look, there's like 5 fucking breaches all at the same spot. Normally, I'm like, all right, whatever, that's fine. Every now and again, a Bile Titan come out. But inevitably, there's somebody on the team that has heavy gear to deal with that. So I don't really think much about it. But now, there's like, I've counted before 6 fucking chargers. 6 chargers. And wouldn't you know it, like 4 of them are chasing me. And not just chasing me like, around a rock. Across the fucking, like I'm literally 2/3 of the way across the map. And I'm looking behind and they're still there. Like charging. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
The worst part is...
Go away. Leave me alone.
The worst part
is... It's like a bunch of crazy X's.
He's not making it up.
No.
I've literally...
The whole thing.
I've literally... Why would... This is a very common phrase comes out of this fucker. Stop fucking chasing me. He's right there. And no, of course, come after me.
Yeah.
I blast him in the face with a quasar cannon.
He's like,
there may be
I'll get you later, but you...
No. Turn around. He's halfway across the map.
No.
It's coming for you.
And then what's even better? You know what even, like, I think it pisses me off while I laugh at the same time is when they run me over and don't kill me and I just ragdoll underneath them
God.
like a fucking kid under a bus or something. And
you
get up, you're like, oh God, what? And then they turn around and they hit you again and you still don't fucking die and you just shoot sideways like, will you just please fucking kill me already? I can't get up.
Oh, for fuck's
that damn game.
Such a good game, though.
I love that game. That's why I haven't played the new Elden Ring DLC yet. I had actually a couple of the kids from school. They're all like, James! I'm like, yes. They go, have you played the new Elden Ring DLC yet? I'm like, I haven't had time to. I guess this game, or the DLC, is fucking hard as shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
I guess a lot of people, on Steam, it's got like a 61% like approval rating or whatever you want to call it. because it's so hard. I think, like, I'm not a huge FromSoft fan, I'm like a fanboy or anything like that. But just from what I gather, from what I've heard of the other games and playing Elden Ring, like, it's no secret at this point that FromSoft puts out hard games. And a lot of people that are talking, there's a new progression system, I guess, in leveling up your character.
Okay.
It's a different system in the DLC.
Okay.
Fine. A lot of people are complaining about that, probably because it's new. Of course they're going to complain about it. It's normal. You got to expect that. But they're complaining about the difficulty of it. I'm going to go out and on a limb and guess that it's the same group of people that complained about Elden Ring in the first place, where there was like, there's no difficulty setting. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. Because as we've talked about before, Elden Ring, you first start and you can get fucked up by either
the tree sentinel.
Yeah, that
or the tree guardian or something like that.
Yeah, it's just tree sentinel. And it doesn't.
You literally walk out.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, look,
is this guy
So you figure, knowing that 2 years ago the game came out, knowing that okay, this game's hard, but now the DLC comes out and they shift a few things around, and now everyone's like, I don't like the game because it's too hard. Here we go again. Now, I don't know, like I said, because I've been playing Helldivers, so I don't know. I haven't tried the new DLC yet, but I'm a level 458. I don't know how it's going to affect me, but I'm also on New Game Plus 4 or 3, and the fourth playthrough. So I don't know how that's going to pan out. So I'm wondering, actually no, it'd be plus 3. So I've yet to see, but I'm balls deep in Helldivers right now, and I can't split my attention between two different fronts. Like, I can't battle in the future in space and then battle in the past dragons. So I just don't. I will try, though. I will eventually try.
Yeah, and I'll beat the game too eventually.
Aren't you like on the very end? I know you're right. Last time I jumped online with you, you thought you were at the end, but then like, oh, I can't go. You were like, oh, I can't.
I'm
go
up in the floating city.
Yeah, Farm Azul.
Sure.
Or Zula, that's what it is. Yeah.
Color
right.
blue, sure.
Yeah, that's right. You have to beat Malkath or whatever his name is. The one that you farmed the death root to earlier in the game. He's like Kalergi.
Oh yeah,
whatever it is. That's him. So you have to do that. Have you beat him yet? No, you'd know because he's fucking difficult. He's an asshole. You'd know if you faced him. So you still have to do that, and then.
Melania, I've never fought her.
Oh my god. Your asshole is gonna get fucking reamed in the next 3 bosses.
It's been a long time since I had a good rim job.
I'm gonna lose.
Wait,
oh yeah. You better get
inside.
You better get your oxygen tent because you're gonna be huffing and puffing an awful lot. I'm seeing triple. Yeah, so you got a little bit to go yet.
Yeah.
At some point, I think the DLC happens at some point in the playthrough. There's a spot I gather that you can actually like access the new DLC. So
oh, shit.
If you're that far along, you might be able to just go back and find it somewhere.
I'll pass. I'll buy that. I'll buy the.
Well, no, that's right.
DLC.
That's you buy it and it'll be accessible that way. Have you heard about the new Star Wars?
Acolyte? Oh my god.
Have you watched it?
No.
Out of curiosity? No.
No, I am afraid to watch it because apparently,
So are all of us.
oh dude, it's got like the lowest Rotten Tomato score ever.
14 or something?
It's gone lower. It's like 12 the last I heard.
Is it really?
Yeah. Because now you don't need midichlorians. You just need a lesbo scissor and witch. And you can make a Jedi.
I did hear about that.
And
which
C-3PO's gay.
I did. No, was it
R2D2's gay.
Yeah, R2D2 is a lesbian or something like that.
Yeah.
They said, or something like one. I'm like, I didn't know R2D2 was a woman or a man or anything, but okay.
Android. And since we're not allowed to put labels or gender anybody, that's weird.
It is weird.
That Leslie Kennedy. Or,
I'm gonna gender a blue and white trash can. Actually, that's a gonk droid. That was an actual trash can. Anyway, yeah. So I did see that, and I heard that in one of the future, maybe it's happened already. I don't know, but in one of the episodes, evidently, they're going to explain away Anakin's or Shmi's conception of Anakin. Instead of being a will of the Force, where Shmi Skywalker gets pregnant with Anakin, it was actually a bunch of lesbian witches.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't say lesbian witches is like a slight. It
No, that's literally what
literally is lesbian witches. Which, I mean, all right. So first, when I read some of this stuff, I can tell that there's some people that haven't really watched the lore of Star Wars beyond like the first 3 or 6 films, or even the 9 films, because they're like witches. Oh, what is this, like fucking like Lord of the Rings or whatever in Star Wars? Like, no, there's always been witches in Star Wars for a long fucking time.
Oh yeah.
But beyond that, that if they do that, that completely changes.
Oh no, they did.
Oh, did they do that with the Anakin thing?
Yeah.
That completely changes the lore of Anakin being the chosen one. It alters the entire thing. And there's a lot of people, including myself. I gave up on Star Wars, and like I've gone on Star Wars rants before, and it's sad, but everything that happens, I don't care. I just don't care. Every movie that comes out, I don't care. They announced the Rey movie, the New Jedi Order, whatever it is going to be. I don't fucking care. I have no interest in watching it. I do not care what they do. Everything just seems like just fucking terrible already. And not to mention the fact that the people that made the Acolyte have never watched Star Wars. They have no idea anything. And this is actually true for Marvel too. What was that? The Marvels or something? One of the last movies or shows that came out, they're like, oh no, we've never actually read Marvel comics. I'm like, then why are you helming the ship here? Like, why are you in the position you're in? And with the Star Wars things, like, oh, my purpose is to try and make men uncomfortable, or whatever the fucking things were said about.
The new director or whatever.
Queer creator of gayest Star Wars series claps back at haters who claim it's woke propaganda with lesbian space witches. I mean, they're not wrong.
It's just it's hard.
Yeah, see, Leslie Headland was extremely proud of her woke story and how they intentionally want to tick off their problematic male-dominated audience. The same thing with Marvel. Who primarily watches Star Wars and Marvel movies? It's men. And it's probably men of our age, because we are the ones that grew up in the 80s and 90s when comic books started to have that huge surge back and got really popular. That's us. So we are the fan base. And it's not like we're gatekeeping at all. Like, the more people that come in, look what happened in the first 22 movies of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was fucking awesome because everyone liked it. And the shit was good. They had a few quirky things here and there, like, okay, whatever, that'll pass. But for the most part, it was just fucking good. Because they took elements of the comics, and there was a lot of nods to, like, the comic book sweaties. Like, oh yeah, they're going to know what this is. They're going to understand this little thing. They're going to get that. But we simplified it so it would appeal to everybody. We made real world problems and issues, like whatever it was. And they really captured that comic book thing. But now, like, they're purposely and just blatantly going right out and saying, like, we don't give a shit about, like, your fucking main demographic. Like, the people that enjoy this shit. Star Wars and Marvel, both alike. Same thing with Indiana Jones. They shit all over that franchise. Like, they don't give a shit about the people that, like, really adore those characters. They're like, oh, our purpose is to make you uncomfortable. I'm like, then why the fuck am I going to watch your movie? Anybody who goes to watch a movie is going to watch the movie for entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I'm going to a movie where the director is purposely trying to make me pissed off or like, oh no, we're glad that we're shitting all over you. Yeah. We're like shitting on your shoes, and then like you're supposed to like it, and then if you don't like it, you're a racist. That's like the most lazy fucking insult and like defense against whatever they're doing. Like, well, you're fascist or racist. I'm like, okay. It's one of those arguments. You're like, okay, this conversation's over.
See, and here's the worst part. Like, they're doing this shit, and I got thinking about it just now. They're doing this shit. They're literally like shitting on top of a fucking shit Sunday.
Yeah.
And
at this point,
so what they're doing is they are literally destroying it. People that learn about this stuff from. You meet Joe Schmo on the street. Hey, I've always been a real big Star Wars fan. This is what I love about it. Mm-hmm. They get this sense of space, science fiction, adventure. You know, the hero, the brother and the sister that are the main characters that save the galaxy. They get that sort of awe and wonder from us because of the way we depict it.
Right.
Well, Disney Plus has it all. Let's go watch the new stuff. Oh, this is fucking terrible. They're not developing a new fan base either. They're steering their shit towards a niche group of people right now. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by niche is it's all going to be. In 10 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, all of this drama shit's probably going to be gone.
One can only hope. You think it's all going to be over? Or do you think it's going to escalate?
I think we're still riding the roller coaster up. We're still climbing to the top of Ship Mountain.
Yeah, so I'm afraid. Like
Hopefully the ride down goes twice as fast as the ride up did.
Talk about just crazy fucking...
But the point I was trying to make was they are not building a fan base. They are appeasing a demographic. That's it. They're not. You gotta be on. You gotta give me your honest opinion. Does that make sense at all or not?
That they are appeasing a demo. Well, yeah, they are. They're
not trying
Disney.
to build.
You talking about Disney in general?
Yeah.
Yes, and I'll tell you why.
They're not trying to build a demographic. They're not trying to build a fan base anymore.
They're trying to appease. They're checking boxes, and I can 100% prove this because I just watched a video today that it was a undercover. You know, not Project Veritas. Who the hell runs fucking Project Veritas? Oh my God, what's his name?
We had a big fucking... Oh my God, we had a big bit of one of our podcasts about him too.
Yeah, anyway, so he...
Michael Knowles? No.
No, he was doing a segment on Disney's affirmative action hires and their DEC, the diversity or DEI, whatever, diversity, equity, inclusion. So, in this guy going out on a date, like one of the higher ups in the company, was talking about how they purposely don't hire white males. I was like, okay, well, racism, but keep going. And he goes on to talk about how their hiring process, their writing process, they purposely look for gays, like any part of the LGBTQ community, people who are black, mixed race. If they look mixed, they've turned down applicants who are biracial, but don't look black enough. Right. Like that, like the guy admitted that. And they've gone on their writing team. They said they have people who are disabled just because they're disabled on their writing team. So that just goes to show, like, yes, Disney is just doing anything to check boxes. Not people that are like, well, how are you qualified to do this? Have you read the comics? No. I see you're missing fucking your legs. So, that'll work.
Let's let you write the next fucking Thor movie.
Yeah, I think your skin's dark enough. Why don't you come on board? They're like, what are you doing? I will figure it out. Well, there's a new Indiana Jones movie coming out. You ever watch it? No? You've seen it on a cereal box before? Good enough. We'll fucking make it up. So then we got what? What do we get from it? Fucking time travel.
Wait, you've never seen an Indiana Jones movie? Have you ever heard of the state Indiana? Yeah, good enough.
All right. You know anybody last name Jones? No? All right, make it up. Yeah, and because of that, we get...
Wait, didn't Counting Crows once sing a song called Mr. Jones and Me? Yep, you're hired.
Yeah. Hey, didn't something with something words something? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so... But yeah, that just goes to show you that's exactly what they do. They check boxes. They do not need to know anything about anything.
God, the worst fucking part about it is, like... Oh, God, like, how do people get into the door with that shit? You go to college for 4 years to become a fucking lawyer, right?
That's where it's stemming from. That's part of where it's stemming from. College. Like, or universities in the States. 100%. Actually, even abroad. Just Western universities. A lot of that is cultivated. A lot of the ideals cultivated. This is going back to the 70s. A lot of these ideals are cultivated way back there in these universities. Yergy, what's it? You know what I'm talking about, right? The Russian defector.
Yes.
He talked about it there. Subversion. He's talking about, like, way back then. It's like the infiltrate and get to the youth of America, and you start planting these seeds for indoctrination of communists. For them, or then, it was Russia, and I guess it still is. But these ideals of, like, listen, the Christian morals are not good. There's diversity, equity, inclusion, all these things that we are constantly griping about now. This is all stuff that's, like, deeply embedded now in the society, and where you have this major split and be like, listen, abortion, that's a great thing, right up to 9 months. It doesn't matter. Like, what happened to safe, legal, and, rare? But yeah, so this goes way back to then. I just saw something on X while we were talking, which kind of fit in with things. Just the wild shit that we talk about, and the wild shit that is being taught.
What the fuck? Hold on.
Okay.
I wanted to show you a quick video, but of course I popped open my TikTok, and this is what I get. Joe Biden was not my first choice. He was not my 7th choice. He was not my 16th choice. But you're damn right I'll be voting for him in November. Biden wins. Inflation Reduction Act, Chips and Science Act, PACT Act for veterans, first major gun safety legislation in decades, took out the leader of Al-Qaeda, historic job growth, historically low unemployment, expanded the NATO alliance, American Rescue Plan led to fastest jobs recovery in history, confirmation of Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, rallied our allies in support of Ukraine, once-in-a-generation infrastructure investments. Record-breaking strongest year for economic growth since 1984. Unemployment at 3.6% from 6.3% January 2022. He caused it. Fastest decline ever. 7.9 million jobs added, the most in any year, because he fucking fired about 7 million of them.
Well, yeah, it's not even that. But again, those numbers are fucking. That's adding the. This drives me nuts about the employment thing. That's adding the numbers from the pandemic. Like, you can't take a bunch of jobs, take them away, and then give them back and say, "Look at all the jobs I created."
Yeah.
You
so this is what I wanted to show you. Hold on.
All right.
Like, for some reason, you triggered a thought. Hold on. Let me find it right here.
All right.
Hold on. Let me turn it up.
You just send it to me.
No.
It's my least favorite part of running for... Folks, I hate asking for money. It's my least favorite part of running for office. I know how hard you work, but if you can afford it, I can't tell you how grateful I'd be to have your support today. The truth is I can't win without folks like you. In 2020, we defeated Trump by razor-thin margins, thanks to countless grassroots supporters chipping in a few bucks at a time. Look, the polls are just as tight this time around. In a race this close, every single dollar makes a difference. I don't ask this lately, but $5 or $10 or whatever you can spare would mean so much to Kamala and me. Thank you for considering us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So apparently Biden-Harris is campaigning on TikTok for money.
Which is normal for presidents.
I haven't seen Trump ask for money.
Here's the thing, though, okay? Trump doesn't have to. And you want to know why? Because they, as in like Democrats and progressive left, they talk so much about Donald Trump. Trump doesn't have to say a word. They put him out there so much. And here's the thing about the Democrats. They're one of those things, like, you ever meet those people where the more they talk, the more you can just stare at them and watch them dig their own grave. And just like, boy, eventually you're just going to fall into space on the other side of the world. That's the Democrats.
Well, no.
They don't have to...
Once they get through the flat earth, they'll just, yeah.
It's true. That's what the Democrats are doing. Case in point, what you sent me earlier, what we were talking about...
The Supreme Court, SCOTUS?
The last time we were talking about this, we were talking about the 34 felony charges against Trump and how they came about it. And when I went on a rant and I was saying, it's like, you can't take a misdemeanor charge, which was past statute of limitations in New York State, bolster it up to a felony charge, 34 counts of felony charge, based on continuation or the continuance of a furtherance of another crime, not specifically list a crime, but give them a fucking multiple choice question of what crime do you want to take, and then say any and all combinations of whatever you choose will equate to the felony charge. That doesn't work, because I said before, you have to agree on something, everybody, without a shadow of a doubt. And then you send me that and be like, SCOTUS is going, you can't do that. It's like,
SCOTUS is getting involved.
Yeah, no fucking shit. This is what I was talking about before. Like, which it drove me nuts. Like,
and
I was like, how do you fucking...
You sat in that seat right over there. I said, you really think they're going to touch this? And I said, they're not going to have a choice.
No, yeah.
And SCOTUS has got their hands on it now.
You know what? And that just shows how black-pilled I am, because I'm like, I don't think they'll fucking do anything. I just think they're...
Nothing may come of it.
God, I was wrong.
Nothing may come of it. It may end up being... sad but true.
That is true.
There's a 50-50 chance whether they could actually step in and say, okay, enough was done wrong, we got to change this. Or they could sit there and say, look, we're going to step in and we're going to tweak some things. The guy's still guilty of something, but we're not going to, it's no longer going to be a felony charge. Sorry, Donnie, you're in trouble. Go sit in the timeout corner for 5 minutes.
Like I said, at best, it's a misdemeanor. But again, the misdemeanor charge in New York State was past statute of limitations. Because what was it, 2017? And I think it was a 2-year limit.
Yep.
And this is fucking 2024. Actually, here's the thing, too. They charged him with election interference, okay? Election interference. The date was 2017 when he was sworn in. He had already won the election.
Yeah.
The crime happened after he won the election. How the fuck was it election interference? Please explain that to me. Like, this is the shit. I'm like, I see this. I'm like, okay, so let's just step out of the Trump-Biden camp, left, right, whatever you want to subscribe to. Can we just objectively look at this and be like, listen, this math isn't fucking mathing. A plus B is fucking elephant. Like, it doesn't work. This doesn't fucking work. It's like, there's not even numbers in this equation. I thought we were doing math.
And you need to go potty in the litter box. Wait, what?
But anyway, going back to like the wild shit like that, I just saw this while we were talking about, I think, Star Wars or whatever the fuck, from the Daily Mail. Now, experts are asking whether milk is racist as part of a taxpayer-funded research project into connections between milk and colonialism. You can't make this shit up. It happened to pop up on X. I'm like, what? So,
milk is from fucking cows.
Well, let's get to the bottom of it, shall we? So, A taxpayer-funded project is set to research connections between milk and
hold on,
colonialism.
and we got to talk about the tumor, the racist tumor.
Oh my God, yes, that too. And there's also another one I got for you too. I got a bunch of wild stories today, but it was revealed yesterday. Okay, academics at Oxford Museum will research political nature, air quotes, of milk and colonial legacies. One of the experts involved has previously argued that milk is a Northern European obsession that has been imposed on other parts of the world. Dr. Johann Zetterstrom Sharp said that the assumption that milk was a key part of the human diet may be understood as a white supremacist one, as many populations outside European and North America have high levels of lactose intolerance in adulthood. That is true. The new project, Milking It, Colonialism, Heritage, and Everyday Engagement with Dairy, has won funding from the Arts and Humanities Research Council. Whoops. The council itself is funded by the government through the Department of Business, Energy, and Industrial Strategy and awards around 110 million euro to researchers at universities and independent organizations. The Milk Project will be based in the History and Science Museum of Oxford, which announced it had received funding. The size of the grant has yet to be revealed. This goes on to talk about like the funding and whatever, but so yeah, there's that.
So wait, hold on.
So because those fucking Europeans.
So, is it just cow milk, or is it goat milk?
Oh, it doesn't specify.
Or human breast milk? Because that means all women are racist because they make milk.
How fucking much do you want to bet?
Don't make the fucking joke, dude.
How long?
We've been in this situation before, and it's fucking happened.
How long? But at this point, I'm like, let's just go have fun.
Pull the trigger.
How long until that becomes at least a small movement where there's going to be a group of the super progressive far left that go, women are inherently racist because they give breast milk or they have produced breast milk? How long until that is a thing? Because babies are racist, white supremacists, because they consume women's breast milk. I can almost read the article now, 8 months in the future, maybe less. Because like you've said, crazy shit we've talked about before that's come to fruition, sitting in these fucking chairs at this very desk. And that's what's happened. So there it is. I'll say it right now. What is this? It's June 24th, 2024. At some point in the future, there's a good possibility that babies will be racist because of their white supremacist mothers giving them breast milk.
Well, no. White babies will be racist.
That's
Black
true.
babies can't be racist.
That's true.
Strike me, YouTube. Bye.
No. Welcome back, everybody.
He is looking for a new co-host, by the way.
No, you'll stay on for that one.
Fuck yeah, I hope so. Fucking hit it. Come on, but
YouTube. So
make me feel like a whore.
That's some of the crazy ass shit. The tumor thing, though, I saw that a couple mornings ago, right before I went to work. Was it Law and Order? I think
no, or Chicago Med or something like that.
Yeah, it's one of those shows. One of those shows like that.
A kid. Let me paint the demo. Let me paint the picture for you. So there's an episode of one of the medical drama shows, completely fiction based. No, non-fiction. Fiction. Fiction's fake. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Completely fiction based.
Couple fucking scholars over here.
Hell yeah, we are. And there's a younger child in this episode who has developed a tumor. And
got it. Keep going.
The scene in question, the scene of topic. 1 second. Okay. The scene of discussion, the scene that is the basis of this topic at this point right here, right now, is there's a medical professional. I'm not sure if he's psychological or biological medical professional, but he's sitting there talking to a doctor and the child's person bearing
Yeah, who the fuck knows at this point?
the fucking child's mother.
Something.
And
Could be anything, really.
you know, the tumor won't stop growing because of racism.
It was
And then
inherent racism.
And
Let me see if I can.
I'm assuming the mental medical based professional is saying that because of racism, inherent racism, this child has unconscious post-traumatic stress symptoms, and it's encouraging the tumor to grow or something.
Well, now I'll find it. I got it right here.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay.
The New Amsterdam.
From a Harvard test known as unrest. It is designed to measure someone's level of social resistance.
Social resistance.
When people like us oppose the values and policies of the dominant culture.
That's right.
And what does that have to do?
Your son, he feels threatened on a daily basis. Like everything he's earned can just be taken away. He's disenfranchised. But because his life is seemingly free from all this, because he can't name it, he's internalizing it.
Name what?
Racism. I think your son's tumor was caused by racism.
I saw this, and I was like, this is like a skit. Like, I didn't think much about it. I'm like, well, that's a skit. And I just skipped by the video. And then it was later that day, like, it's just fucking everywhere. Like, everyone was talking, like, Joe Rogan, like, everyone was fucking talking about it. I'm like, wait, that was real? Like, that was a real... So I had to watch the video again. I'm like, this is like something South Park would do. Like, legit. This is a South Park thing. And it's fucking... Here we are. Your son's tumor is caused by racism. Oh. Right. Of course it is. How stupid of me. Those fucking racist tumors.
Have you been a victim of racism? Do you have cancer?
It's probably a racist tumor. Continuing on with the crazy shit, though. Here's another one for you. So, why Silver Lake took down a couple of no U-turn signs.
Oh, it's California.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course it is.
because U-turns are gay, are homophobic.
Yeah. Street signs that officials said previously targeted LGBTQ community members were taken down from Silver Lake neighborhood Monday. The signs that read no cruising and prohibited U-turns were installed in 1997 when neighbors complained about gay men hanging out and looking for dates from certain residential areas close to popular gay bars. While the no cruising signs were removed after Silver Lake Neighborhood Council voted to dismantle them in 2011, some of the no U-turn signs remained. So I saw the picture of some member taking down a no U-turn sign, and the headline just simply said no U-turns is homophobic. Like, of course it is. Why would... That was the first crazy headline of the last week or so that I got. And all I could think about is every one of the signs on the throughway.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
oh my God, that is a gay bashing fucking throughway then, because they're fucking everywhere.
New York State is the home of homophobia.
Isn't that crazy? It's a plus 23D state. We are deep blue, and it's the most anti-gay state.
Wow, New York. Didn't realize you were that anti-gay.
Jeez, Hochul, what are you doing?
Seriously.
Really sending a bad message out for your voter demographic.
You tell people that don't think like you to go to Florida, and now you want gay people to leave.
Isn't that fucking weird? Not weird, but wild. She's like, oh yeah, hopefully the rest of all those like Republicans and everything go to Florida, get out of here. Like, talk about us versus them and more division. That's a fucking leader. Like, we can sit here and just bash the government, and whether we agree with them or whatever.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's what we have the ability to do. But when the government turns around, looks at its people, and goes, "Why don't you get the fuck out of here? Fuck you." Like, oh wow.
Glad my vote mattered.
Like, what? What happens? Actually, no. The president's done that too. Can't even say that. Like, Biden's done the same thing.
Mm-hmm. If you don't vote for me, then you ain't black.
I wasn't even referring to that, but yeah. Some of the crazy ass shit that's come out of his mouth.
Some of the crazy smells that he's put into his mouth.
Jeez.
She tastes like she smells like she tastes 13. Wait, what?
What?
That's fucked.
That's
up.
probably one of the most coherent things Biden would fucking ever say, though. And that's sad. And that's
6%
not
of the
even
time it works every time.
and that made sense to me in a weird way. But Biden's also had fucking gaffes where it didn't make fucking sense.
I, as a taxpayer in this country, resent using.
Soon
Weird.
taxes are going to be homophobic
Probably.
or racist.
She knows so long as this is denied, our freedom can never be secured. She knows so long as this is denied, our freedom can never be secured.
You remember the Bushisms?
Oh my God.
Poster.
There needs to be. I think I have that still somewhere. But this, I didn't think back then. And this is before I got super into politics, which is fucking disgusting to think about it. But I didn't think there would be anything that would beat that. I'd be like, this is the fucking dumbest president we could probably ever have. Right? I think that was a safe bet. I believe that fish and human beings can coexist peacefully. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. The crazy shit that Bush would say. Couldn't get any worse than that. Boy, was I fucking wrong.
Here's Joe Biden back in 2000. Hold my beer.
Hold my beer, and he hands him like a fucking like notebook. Like,
It's his daughter's journal about all the inappropriate showers.
I-
Here, hold my beer. That's your daughter's journal. Don't give it to us. It's evidence.
I'm sure that's a deep. Oh no, cheap fake. See, they're calling it cheap fake now.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's a cheap fake.
Even though she confirmed it was her journal.
Yeah,
But it's cheap fake.
of course it is.
His daughter is plotting against him, but is fully supportive of him.
And then, oh yeah, that's right, the G7 summit. I forgot about that. I forgot
Yeah.
I had that fucking Biden at the G7 summit with the fucking paratroopers coming in, and he's there, like, awkwardly standing.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
he just stands over to the side and goes to wander off, and they had to pull him back. That was one thing. And they said, oh no, you didn't see the context. There were paratroopers over there. And meanwhile, there's shit going on over here that everyone else is paying attention to. And he just, like, turns around and starts fucking walking away, like, dude, where are you going? We're all fucking here. And then he started to fall asleep again, of course, at the G7 summit. And this is really weird. Everybody else, and just watching the left defend this is fucking magical to me. I love it. But there's a whole line of it. There's a video of a whole line of them. There's some music or some shit playing. And everyone's dancing in the line. Or at least moving. Like, shuffling their shoulders. Doing something. And then sticking out like a sore thumb. More than, where's Waldo? Waldo, oh, there he is once you find him. There's Biden. With his hands awkwardly, like, he's like forcing his hands like this. You know, like if you let your hands go, they just naturally go like this because your muscles contract.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like forcing his hands open. And he's got like, he's like, his hands straight down, like in half in front of him, like he's a fucking statue. Like, it reminds me.
Holy shit, he's turning to stone. Quick, somebody splash him with water.
He reminds me of.
No, I need my adrenochrome.
He reminds me of what was Drax. It's like, I'm practicing the art of moving so incredibly slow that no one will see me.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he reminds me of.
Oh, God. Dave Bautista played him good.
There he is. There's a picture of him just like fucking turn around looking at the paratroopers. Like, everyone's like, dude, where are you going? And another one, there was I can't remember what fucking, it was some, I don't know if it was at the G7 summit or they were speaking and Obama was on stage with them and he's there speaking and then he just kind of freezes up And while Obama goes to walk off stage, Obama starts to walk and he like turns around and Biden's still standing there like kind of frozen. So he goes by and he grabs him by the arm, his arm coat, and like ushers him away. And everyone was like, "Oh, that's just a cheap fake." And I think that might have been the video where Kareem Jean-Pierre was like, "Oh no, these are cheap fakes. They're not even deep fakes anymore. They're cheap fakes, what they call them." And so Tim Pool is like, well, let's find the video, like the full context. We'll watch the entire thing. So we watch the entire thing and it's like, I don't know where this is a cheap fake. This isn't like a video, just a clip of a video to make Biden look bad. Like you watch the whole thing. It's like, no, he just froze up and just stood there looking lost. No ice cream here. So what's your excuse now? Like, it's just the whole, how the fuck. That too. God, fuck. There's so much shit going on. Like last week, news-wise was slow, but the week before and leading up to this week is just wild. How is this Thursday gonna fucking happen?
Oh God, I'm looking forward to it.
That's gonna be like the fucking Super Bowl and WrestleMania. Like I
like if the Super Bowl and WrestleMania had a baby and this baby got signed to a record deal by P. Diddy.
Oh, gee.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
That's the train wreck we're about ready to see. Like, just watching all this stuff and just the laundry list of videos. I got to find a compilation video of all Biden's gaffes. Because it'll be fucking... You know those, like, 10-hour videos of rain falling and stuff like that? That'll be like that on YouTube. It'll just be a fucking 10, 12-hour video.
Did you hear the latest stipulation?
100 fucking hours. I'm gonna watch it.
Did you hear the latest stipulation?
A new stipulation
about him having a seat on stage.
What,
so he can sit down. Yeah.
Of fucking course.
Yeah,
he can't. If
it got turned down.
Oh, did it? No shit. Wait, who's
the left wanted it?
Who's mediating this?
CNN. So you know the questions. So here's the thing.
I'm not shocked, but
with everything going on, the rules are simple. The opponent's mic is going to be turned off while they're main speaking. Then the person who has the first speech is going to be, when they're done speaking, their mic's going to be shut off so the opponent can rebuttal.
Right.
Then the next question,
which I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because the last debates they had, those two, was it the first debate?
But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. With everything going on, do you really think Trump needs to say anything?
No. And here's the best part too. Like Trump's a business guy. He's not fucking stupid. Okay? I believe, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe it'll just be a train wreck anyway, but I would like to believe that Trump has looked back at the last set of debates, specifically the first one they had where he just kept filibustering Biden. I think it was one of the things that set up his defeat. Because at that time, you're like, Biden was a little more coherent then. Like, he could string together some fucking words and make sense of things. He buried himself in that. Trump did. Now, I think Trump is going to wisen up to that. Like, he's not going to make that mistake again. And plus, like you say, he knows, like, listen, Biden is going to fuck... Unless they have the Manhattan Project of fucking uppers that they pump into Biden. It's going to be like Bane and Batman and Robin, like... And they're fucking juice just pumping through. It's like, what are those wires for in Biden's fucking neck and dick hole? Like, don't worry about that.
Cheap pig!
It's a vitamin drip.
So...
Yeah, they're not really there.
I don't think Trump's going to have to say anything. I think he's going to let Biden do his work for him. And here's another thing. Even though CNN is facilitating this, with everything that's going on, the only way, legit, it's not going to be, well, this happened, what did you do? Or what would you have done differently?
Come on, man.
It's going to be... So immigration is a hot button topic right now. What is your plan to address this matter? It's not going to be... They're not going to do specifics.
You think they're going to touch immigration, though?
I think anything they do touch, they're going to be very diplomatic with the wording. Very diplomatic. keep it very general based. Like
I think Biden will. I don't think Trump will. I think Trump will to a certain extent.
The questions.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be like, listen, Mr. Q, immigration is a serious topic. What's your thoughts? I agree it's a very serious topic that we will have to address.
I hope it's not that.
I guarantee that's what's going to happen.
Then that will be like turning in. Talk about WrestleMania and Super Bowl. That's be like turning into one of these events, watching it, and be like, "Wow, this card is fucking garbage." I had such high hopes. It's like when I watched Multiverse of Madness.
But they can't. But that's just it. They know. Come on. You literally have to have your head so far up your own fucking ass to be completely oblivious to the fact that there's a chance this isn't going to go well for fucking Biden.
Chance?
Okay,
go ahead.
Buy the train.
All right.
You literally have to have your head so far buried up your own ass. There's no chance you see the light of day in order to think that there's a slim chance this isn't going to be good for Biden. CNN left. We know this. They are doing they're going to do everything in their power to try to make it as simplistic.
Try neutral softballs, and they're probably going to hope that Trump buries himself.
That's what they're going for.
Probably.
They are going to literally, with the rise of gun violence, is this an issue you intend to address? And if so, how?
You know what kind of pisses me off, though, about these kind of things? They bring up the same bullshit year in and year out. I mean, granted, yet it's the same problems we have. And this is more speaking about the whole political process. Like, we have the same problems year in and year out, decade after decade. And some of them get fucking worse and worse and worse. Clearly, our leaders are not doing the job they're supposed to be doing.
No.
They mostly focus on economics because that's probably the biggest thing across the board everyone pays attention to.
Yeah.
Can I afford shit? But if they just do the same softball questions they do year in and year, like I would love it, and maybe I'll be surprised. I would love it if we tuned in and they talked about specific things. Like, one is the border crisis, because that's what it is. And they won't talk about like replacement theory and everything, because I think when you say replacement theory, a lot of people are like, oh, the whites think they're trying to replace the whites. It's like, I don't think that's what the replacement theory is. And this is actually coming from the black community. I think they're trying to replace the black community as like the major minority with a lot of these immigrants. Because for the longest time, the African American voter base was like 80% Democratic they'd vote. Well, now they're looking at like 50-50 splitting this time around. The Democrats know we can't keep telling them, racist, reparations, blah, blah, blah. The same shit we've been telling them for fucking 20.
And never do anything about it.
And not do a thing about it. They're going to catch on, and they're catching on. So where are they going to get their votes from? Because they're not going to get it from your standard, like, family building whatever, because they're MAGA, and they're, terrorists, domestic terrorists. Hispanic voters are swinging to the right. The black demographic now is swinging to the right. Slowly, but that's happening. It's like they need to get their votes from somewhere. So why not bring a whole bunch of, they're saying estimated somewhere between 10 and 13 million illegal immigrants, that Biden just signed something this past week that basically grants them amnesty.
Yeah.
And they can stay in the States.
Yep.
That's their voter base. Now that's going out on a limb and just kind of looking at something and going like, maybe. But until I see something that's a definitive, no, that's not what's happening. I was like, man, I don't. But. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know where the fuck that was going, but.
Or
how we even got on that
the
topic.
debate. We were talking about the debate.
Oh yeah, the debate. That's right. So yeah, that's this Thursday. Going back to that, I was like, man, fuck it. I don't know what. That's probably gonna be 8:00. I was like, if I'd like to live stream it and fucking do that, but either way, that's gonna be a trip. And I can't wait to watch either a hopped up Biden on every fucking thing that his son did, who got charged, and that's a whole thing too, or he's going to be your typical Biden, and he's going to stumble over his words, and it's just going to be a fucking comedy show. Like, either way, it's going to be entertaining. It's like, wow, this guy's fucking, like, hopped up, or this guy's just, well, he is. There he is. Like, either way, it's going to be good. But Hunter got charged, and there's some Republicans that are arguing his charge, because some are saying, well, it's a violation of Second Amendment. I'm like, yeah, but it's felony gun charge, so that just does away with that.
Because he never had it. He bought it illegally.
But there's a group of people that brought up it's a violation of the Fifth Amendment, because during his felony gun case, or during the trial, in the line of questioning, he self-incriminated for drug use, which that's a violation of the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah.
That would, I believe...
But he didn't plead the Fifth.
No. But that's self-incrimination.
So you can do that. You can self-incriminate as long as you don't plead the Fifth.
I'd have to...
If you plead the Fifth, that means you cannot answer. You do not have... You now have the right to withhold answering for fear of saying something that will self-incriminate.
See, I'd have to see, though. I'd have to see if they actually plead the Fifth during the trial. But that was the argument. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, then the whole trial's just thrown out. So...
Did Hunter...
You know what I find interesting?
What's that?
Is that the conviction came 5 days after Trump's conviction. Which I was like, I think the reason that happened, and maybe this is wrong, it's just happenstance, but it was Trump's verdict was still fresh in everybody's mind, and this will allow everybody on the left to go, look, we fairly, the justice system is fair because it tried Hunter.
Hunter Biden, this was as of June 11th. Federal jury found Hunter Biden guilty on all 3 felony gun charges, concluding that he violated laws meant to prevent drug addicts from owning firearms.
Nothing clear right there. I don't know. But, so...
That's funny.
What?
Hunter Biden could face... Listen to this.
Okay.
Just tell me where you find... Throw a dart when you're ready to say, wait a minute, hold up. Hunter Biden could face up to 25 years in prison and a fine of up to $750,000 at sentencing, though he likely will receive far less than the maximum as a first-time offender. The judge said sentencing is usually set for 120 days following a verdict, which means it is likely to happen before Election Day. That's funny. Weren't they pushing to get fucking Trump sentenced like a week later?
Yeah.
Sentencing is usually set for 120 days following a verdict. But they were pushing to get his set up.
Yeah, it was July 11th or 13th or something like that. Normally, yeah. You know what I found funny too?
It never says whether he pleaded the Fifth.
No. You might have to specifically ask, but you know what I find...
Did Hunter Biden never plead the Fifth?
You know what I find funny? Is a lot of news media outlets during his conviction, the headline they were running was, this is the first time the child of a sitting president... I'm like, he's fucking 54. He's not a fucking child. Fuck you. It's like, come on. Like, if that isn't saying, he's just a boy, don't make fun of him. He's a sweet boy.
He's just a little guy. Oh, that's it, but I'm a whale on you.
But, like...
And that's what Hunter Biden said to the hooker that he fucked that night. I got found guilty. I'm a whale on you.
I'm just a boy. I'm a child. You're bad. But... it wasn't just one news outlet. It was like
it was
shit ton of them. All across, like the child. I saw a montage of it. It reminded me of the brought to you by Pfizer montage. It was a shit ton. It was like it was the child of a sitting president. The first time a child of a sitting president. I'm like, he's not even middle aged anymore. He's past that. He's not going to live to 108. Maybe he will. Doubtful though. He's about 15 years past middle age. Like, it's fucking wild. Like, the child of it. I'm like, get the
Joke's
fuck.
on you. We just lived 102 and then died in the city of Detroit.
So, with the child of a sitting president,
The grown-ass man who happens to be the son of the president of the United States. Okay,
all the
guys.
crazy shit that he's done, the White House claimed that recent viral videos of Biden are actually deep fakes. Of course they are. From ABC News, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre on Monday condemned a slew of viral videos of President Joe Biden appearing confused as deep fake. Listen, anybody who's seen any fucking video of Joe Biden in his plethora of gaffes, it doesn't appear he's confused. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Hold on a fucking second. What about all these live interviews he did that they aired on television? Sooner than under the pressure.
Oh my God. That's what I mean. I need like a compilation of these. And then
You can't say they're deep fake when you're the one putting it on your fucking channel.
I should find a compilation, and at the end of every episode until the next presidential debate, I just have the compilation at the end of it. Every episode is going to be like 18 hours long. It's an hour and a half.
Dude, no, do like a 10-second clip.
Just one, each one. Just throw it. It's the new intro.
Like 10 seconds, like 3 or 4 slips.
I hope that Joe Biden ends up on what's that?
Watching our podcast?
No,
That'd be great.
What's that website? It's called Cameo. The app Cameo. Listen, say this.
Hi, this is your President Joe Biden.
This is Joe Biden. I'm your president and Obama.
And I just came here to say happy birthday.
I'm
to,
your sister. Happy birthday,
Jamal. Jeremy. Jeremy Smith.
I hope you get a lot of presents for your Christmas birthday. It's like I gave him the thing. It's like, hey, shout out my podcast, and it just goes off and fucking.
Oh my God, we gotta do it.
If
he goes in the Cameo, we will pay. I will help you come up with the money.
That would be fucking fantastic. Anyway, so Jean-Pierre referenced viral videos from the president's recent trips to Normandy, France, Italy, blah, 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 but did not describe any specifically. Biden made headlines during those trips for multiple gaffes, including his apparent struggle to sit down at D-Day, his shit his pants, allegedly, at a D-Day event, and another instance where he seemed to wander off during a skydiving demonstration. Full footage of both instances can be sourced in nonprofit cable network C-SPAN. You notice how I say footage all the time now? I pay attention.
Oh, fuck you.
During a Monday press briefing, a reporter asked Jean-Pierre of the White House reaction to edited videos making Biden appear especially frail and confused. You don't need to edit videos together.
I actually felt bad that night afterwards. I'm like, oh, man, I was just trying to buzz his chops.
No, you're supposed to. That's what fucking this dynamic is.
Well, no, the worst part was you fucking Uncle Scoop got it. I was like, no, shut up. Don't back me up.
Well, what the hell is it? Oh, you don't need to edit videos together to make Biden seem frail and confused.
Or edit it already.
He just is.
His brain is editing videos.
Yes.
And putting them together.
His brain is editing his daily life, and that's just how it comes out. It's like watching AI.
Well, no, the best.
You know when you watch AI and their legs sometimes just turn around, do a 360 as they're walking? That's what Biden's brain is doing.
The best was when Kareem's the one I keep forgetting his name. The one reporter that she really hates.
Oh yeah,
the one dude.
What's he's for Fox or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
He has such a snarky fucking like smile because he knows is like she's not gonna, and she can't fucking do her. She is so bad. She looks at her pages. All right, it's like when you're in class and you watch that person that gets called on to answer questions, and you're sitting next to them, and they're looking through their notebook, and you look over, and there's nothing fucking written in their notebook.
My God.
She's looking through her notes that are probably just the instruction manual to a fucking remote control or something. She's like, I thought I already went over this, but...
No, the best was when the whole cannibal...
my God.
grandfather or whatever. He's like, no, he literally said,
my
but when you take it out of context like that, no, it's not out of context. He literally said this.
It's talk about. She is all right. Karine Jean-Pierre is the embodiment. She's the embodiment of gaslighting. like 110%.
Daffy Duck.
She continued by noting some of the viral clips were heavily edited and therefore do not give an accurate representation of the president. Quote, instead of talking about the president's performance in office, and what I mean by that is his legislative wins, what he's been able to do for the people across the country, we're seeing these deep fakes, these manipulated videos, Jean-Pierre said. Biden, 81, continues to face scrutiny over his mental and physical fitness. In his speech last week on why the November election isn't about age, First Lady Jill Biden explained how President Biden and that other guy are basically the same age, which is true, but here's the difference. Like, Trump's, what, 78, 79? I think he's 78. Trump is spry.
Oh, yeah.
He's able to function. And you know what's funny, too? Left-wing media now, and I just saw this today, they took a clip of, I've seen this one with him talking about rainwater or something. They take like this 10-second or 5, whatever second clip it is, him talking about rainwater not being able to wash your dishes. Holy jeez. And they say, listen to him talk. He's very incoherent. He's not mentally fit to be president, okay? And then I also saw a picture of him holding Barron's hand while he's walking on stage, and they spun it like this. They're like, he's walking down stage, and he's holding his son's hand to keep him stable as he walks. Now, you watch the video of that same thing. He walks by his son, Barron, grabs his hand, like holding it, and then lets go and keeps going, okay? Now, that's Trump, okay? And now they're going with the whole, this is what you call projecting, with the whole he's not fit physically, mentally, and they'll just run with that. Now you take Biden and you don't clip it. You watch the entire video of all these things, and 9 times out of 10, you don't need, like we've already said, you don't need to edit fucking anything. You just observe it with your own eyes, and your cerebral cortex goes, he's fucking old. And I don't even think he's alive anymore.
Listen to this one.
Okay.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Do not come.
Hot Tua, 24.
She, like, who?
She got fired from a preschool teaching job because of it.
No shit.
Yep, she's already got a lawyer. She's going at it. Good.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. But quote, this election is not about age because Donald Trump is going to be 78 and 78 and Joe's 81, she said. You have 2 choices. My husband Joe, who you all know, who has integrity, he's strong and he's steady and he's a great businessman when it's out of the States. Not that he, never mind. He's a leader, he's smart, he's energetic. He's energetic.
He seemed pretty energetic to get out of those drawers after shitting them, allegedly.
Or you have chaos. Which we are definitely not in chaos right now. This is the best. I've never made as much money ever.
No wonder the whole office thinks he's okay. Look at his wife.
Yeah, I've never made as much money in my entire life. Things have never been cheaper than they are now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The last thing I want to talk about on here is, I guess, this is completely fucking a right-hand turn. New York State allegedly is getting rid of their Regents exams. Yeah. They're getting rid of Regents exams, and the reason was because test scores were too low. So, they're getting rid of exams. And I guess they're going to replace it with a new exam system. I think I do have it. All right. Test scores are too low. So, all right. So with the education system,
Because kids are stupid.
in New York State, I mean, the pandemic didn't help, but going beyond that, this goes like the last 20 years or
Yeah,
so.
I was
this
gonna
is
say.
This is the No Child Left Behind thing.
Yep.
And this, I know 110% for a fact. If a large group of kids in like a class or grade or whatever have low scores, they will bolster scores and like push them up. It's like, oh, I'll give them a few points here and there, just kind of push them through. Because if a school has a low failing rate, they lose out on a lot of different funding from the state. That is, you can check that as much as you want. That is 100% fact. So they push kids through. But now these kids are getting out into the real world and be like, we're fucking failing everywhere. It's like, well, there's no adult left behind. They don't do that. So that, you know what they do? That actually they do that. It's called welfare and every other assistance you can get. So I stand corrected. No more Regents exams for New York. What could change for high school graduation? Right. New York education officials announced this week a significant shift in high school graduation requirements, unveiling a set of proposals that would make the Regents exams optional. The move, which is currently under review by the State Board of Regents, comes after years of study and has been met with both applause and concern. So what's changing? Instead of relying solely on the Regents exam, students will be given an option to choose before them to demonstrate their education in 7 key areas. Critical thinking, which you remember a couple of years ago, I think it was NBC or CNN or one of those. No, it was New York. Was it Times or Washington Post? One of those papers said critical thinking is bad. We talked about it during the pandemic.
Times Union.
One of those things. They said, yeah, critical.
No, the New York Times. Sorry.
Was it Times? Okay. Yeah, they said critical thinking is dangerous. I'm like, wait a minute. That doesn't check out to anything I learned in school. But so critical thinking, innovative problem solving, literacy across content areas, cultural competencies, social emotional competencies, effective communication, and status as a global citizen. Taken together, officials say these options will help create a portrait of a graduate needed to earn a high school diploma. Students will also have the opportunity to provide evidence of their proficiency in the learning standards and the components of a portrait of a graduate in a variety of ways. One being work-based or service-based learning experiences, capstone learning experiences, early college, high school, P-Tech, earning New York State credentials or seals, New York high school courses, New York State was it Education Department approved CTE programs, participation in the arts, passing approved assessments. The changes would move New York from a current model of offering 3 diploma types, one of which is an advanced designation, to offering a single diploma, with advanced designation becoming a seal or endorsement. When will the changes go into effect? The proposal was presented at the State Board of Regents on Tuesday, but experts say it could take years before the approval is implemented. The full plan on how to implement the changes will be presented in November.
So yeah, we don't need you smart enough to pass. We need you to look like you're smart enough to pass.
Yeah, I don't. That's what changes. Like,
see, because here's the issue I have. They sit there, like teachers always sat there and said, the reasons is very important, blah 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 blah, but you could fail a Regents exam and still pass the class.
Yeah.
Maybe with not as high a grade
Regents
as
is
you
for
want.
people that want to go into like university or colleges and whatnot. Kind of.
Well, no, Regents so you can earn a Regents diploma.
Yeah, but that carries over into colleges. Like a lot of your schools will take that into consideration for your entry into whatever college you're going to.
Yeah.
Not like for community college, no. But
Yeah.
because community college, it takes fucking anybody. That's
you
just
can get a
high
local
school
diploma.
Mark II.
You can get a local diploma.
Yeah.
Which means you met the school's requirements to pass.
Right. And then you look at the school and be like, well.
Yeah. True.
I mean,
I don't.
yeah, so
The
they're
world's
getting.
spinning. The world just keeps spinning the wrong way now at this point. We're not going forward. We're going backwards.
But so yeah, which I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised. What, there's 7 different things. They have 3 different types of diplomas now. That just seems like one of those things where, like, okay, so the students can't pass this, this, and this. So more and more students. I'm assuming in schools there's less and less Regents kids, and and each grade, specifically like senior. So they're going to turn it into 7 different things. Okay, well, this person's not very proficient in your basic fundamentals in school, so we'll give him a Rubik's Cube and see how he does with that. So, oh, he's a problem solver. Look at Johnny put the square peg in the square hole.
Basically, they developed a participation trophy for high schools.
I mean, yeah.
You don't have to win to still get something.
I saw a video of a kid walking by. He had a participation trophy, like an actual participation trophy. He walked by his garbage can, chucked it in the garbage as he walked out. And whoever was filming, I don't know, his mother or father, whoever it was like, oh, hey, you don't want that? And he was like, I didn't win. And I'm not going to lie, low-key, I was like, that's right.
My man.
Yeah. And
I never got a single participation trophy.
And not because it's a poor sport, because that kid's driven. I'm like, that's 100%. I would support that. I was like, good. I was like, no, you don't always win. You don't always get a trophy.
That's what hard work, dedication, and time and practice.
You want to win, work your ass off.
Fucking win.
Now, if it was a second place trophy you threw away, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you're not the best at everything. That doesn't happen. You want to be the best, and you work your ass off to get it. But it was a participation trophy.
You're not the best forever. Even if you do become the best at something, you're never going to be the best forever.
Case in point, I was on the top 5 in Gigabash, and now I'm not. And it drives me nuts because that's only because for a while, like, hackers got into it. Yeah. And, like, I beat it in, 19 minutes, though, 50 waves. It was like 19-something or other, 40-something, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, someone beat it with, 15. I'm like, man, that's tight, but I think I might be able to get there. So I'd work at it. And then suddenly there was, a 10. I'm like, 10 minutes? Are you fucking kidding? That's 9 minutes less than what I did. That's insane. And then I started seeing, 6 minutes and 5 minutes. I'm like, fuck you, that's a hacker. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, it's a modder.
Well, they went through and swiped it. Gigabash did. But then they entered, there's 2 different modes now. There's regular, your standard, and then they have mutant mode, which is crazier power-ups and everything as you go through it. Well, they did that, and they got rid of everyone's best times on it. So there's a new set of times. Well, I was looking at the best times for standard, and the number 1 is 18 minutes and something like that. I'm like, and I'm looking at mine, I'm like, why is mine not up there? It's because when they got rid of it, they just got rid of everything. So you got to do it again. I'm like, well, fuck, I get it back up in the top 5 again. If the best is that, you could easily do that. Yeah. Because I was getting 19 was my best, but I was consistently getting between 20 and 22 after that. I'm like, I should do it again, but I'm balls deep in Helldivers. So I was like, that's too much dedication.
You never want to pull out when you're balls deep.
Nope. That's why I haven't put Elden Ring in, or I haven't put in Elden Ring. I haven't put myself into Elden Ring. I'm a one game kind of person. There's some of you crazy bastards out there. I don't know how you keep them straight. It's 3, 4, 8, 10 games. That's way too much.
I'm good for about 5.
Oh my god. How do you? 1. I will.
He's a monogamous gamer. Fag.
I'm old school.
I bet you he loves you too.
Every now and then, my daughter will play Gigabash, and she's like, "Daddy, you want to play Gigabash with me?" I'm like, "Okay." That's one thing. But as far as going for forget it. I can only fight for democracy right now. Can't battle the beasts in the lands between and battle giant monsters and shit like that. It's too much for me. It's too much for my brain to handle. I have all I can do to drink this water. So the debate is this Thursday.
Be there or be square.
And if it's not Thursday,
unless you're shitting your pants, then don't sit down in that chair.
Oh, jeez. You imagine if he... I cannot wait for Thursday. I can't. So...
Just pay attention to Trump's face.
We're definitely going to talk about it after the fact. Until then, bye.